Rogue hive detected. Now detecting contaminated gear. Rogue hive detected.
What is up, squad? Your boy Jesimein. Welcome back to another Division 2 Warlords of New York build video. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out here during this whole big thing that's going on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it. You already pretty much know. But today we're gonna be bringing a DPS PvP assault rifle build for you guys that I've been having fun with. I kind of been playing around with DPS builds outside of regular like rifles and just like extremely hard hitting glass cannon builds, and I kind of wanted to make something a little bit different that kind of works. So without further ado, let's get in it. So to start things off, I am using the gunner. Only reason I was using gunner is because at first in between I was switching off, I was really using the med kit, but I kind of like found myself battling like whether or not I wanted to use this ability that system corruption gets. Ultimately, I came down to have it, and I use it for the armor on kill whenever I'm doing PvE. So that's kind of the whole reason I'm using gunner. You can use whatever specialist you want. I just think that gunner works out the best, especially if you end up using an LMG with this. You get the large pouch, you'll be good to go. So the weapons I'm using is the Honey Badger. It's my favorite AR right now. I don't know if it's the best AR or whatever that everybody's considering. I like it for obvious reasons. Your boy got a God roll one, so that's pretty much the one I kind of stuck to. I kind of felt obligated to use my God roll version. Plus, I like the Honey Badger. It looks cool. I don't have the extended mag, so people are saying, why didn't you at 50? I don't have the extended mag, so I'm kind of rolling with what I have. But it kind of works out good because Optimus kicks in faster, and these 40 bullets are more than enough to kill somebody in how I'm running the build. So the reason I'm running it like this is because I'm going to be using Intimidate fused with the ability that you get from System Corruption, which is the bonus armor off rip. So if I go to my mask, you can see if we read out, 2-piece gives you 15% armor on kill. So by default, if you're running gunner, that's going to be 30%, which is really good. That's going to be like four or five kills that can get you guaranteed full armor. So that's going to be really good to have. 3 pieces give you disrupt resistance and pulse resistance. This is really good if you somehow can get some extra disrupt or some hazard. You don't have to worry about your skills being wrecked by a jammer pulse that people are going to start using, especially when they see like if you end up using a shield with this build or however you're going to do it. So that's good to have. Pulse resistance, so you kind of get some stealth in some kind of situation, so that's really good. And the 4-piece hack step protocol replaces armor kits with an instant infinite use ability on a 20-second cooldown that grants 50% bonus armor and hides your nameplate for 5 seconds. So as you guys can see, you get 50% bonus armor and it hides your nameplate. But because I'm rocking a backpack, I do have multi-threaded execution, which increases hack step protocol bonus armor from 50 to 100%. So I get 100% bonus armor that I get to pop every 20 seconds. And if you pair this with the ability that I have on here, Intimidate, and when you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. The cool thing about this is when I pop this ability, this procs and I get a free 35%. Instead of having to sacrifice an extra 60% damage just to get 30, I can pretty much have it when I'm at my safest at 35. I'm my most dangerous when I have this proc up. Not only is it going to give me 100% bonus armor, it's going to give me a hidden nameplate, so they're not going to be able to know what my health at. And as well as it's going to give me a nice little big chunk of damage, and that just synergizes so perfectly when you're in PvP. There's a lot of situations where players come across you. If you pop it prematurely in a fight, they don't know where your health's at. More than likely, they barely took off your bonus armor by that time they're beaten because you're doing so much damage. Naturally, you can see with my Fenrir's chest, I'm getting 10% assault rifle damage as well as 15% weapon damage from here, and I have crit chance on here as well. So right here, I get 25% just from my AR. I'm going to get another 15% from here. I'm going to get another 15% from here. I'm going to get another, I have to roll this for another 15%. And I also have the Fox Prayer knee pads that are going to give me weapon damage and damage to targets out of cover. These are also God roll. This is 30% off of this, which brings my honey badger to a 93.9k, which isn't super high, but it's just enough when you add that 35% weapon damage that you get from this. So when you go off and you get into a gunfight and you pop that bonus armor and you're pretty much, I'm not gonna say you're unkillable, I just haven't been bursted through it with that much armor. I feel like it's, for some reason, bonus armor just feels a lot more tankier. I feel like 100k of bonus armor feels like 400k of regular armor. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's just something that I'm feeling. But for me, one thing that I noticed about this build in PvP that people don't understand is you don't have to have 150k base damage AR or LMG to do damage in this game, because everybody's squishy right now and the time to kill is so fast. You just need a gimmick to help you survive the gunfight, and in this case, obviously pairing up all the synergy that comes with this, you're gonna get a quick little burst of damage and be able to get away at the same time. Not only is this good for offensive, this is really good for evading opponents. There's a lot of times where I'm able to just kind of spam this every 20 seconds to kind of disappear off of their line of sight for a little bit. I can make like a left turn or a right turn and kind of get away. When people are pushing corners and they think that you're low health and they're expecting you to sit there and try to pop a make hit when you're on low health, you can kind of surprise them with that big burst, and by the time that they realize what's going on, they're already in the checkpoint, and by that time your make hit's going to be respawned and all of that. And the cool thing about this build is it's self-sufficient. You don't need to go and restock other than ammo. If you just kill a couple NPCs, get your ammo. The cool thing is you're not relying on make hits necessarily as far as numerical, because you have unlimited ability. It's like a third skill, if that's how you want to look at it. And because you have the backpack, if you run it my way, this is more important than what the chest piece gives you. Because I know people want to know, they're like, oh, well, why aren't you running the chest piece? The chest piece is good, but it only takes it down 5 seconds. And yes, that's huge. Even though it doesn't seem like it, it's huge, but it's not worth losing 35% weapon damage, especially since you're not running vigilance or the contractor's gloves or perfect glass cannon or glass cannon. So this is kind of like my happy medium build for the people who want to be right in between but be able to beam as well as be able to survive. It's not a jack of all trades build. It's not the best absolute build, but if you play this build right, there's very few builds in the game that are going to be able to beat you if you play it correctly. If you're pretty much playing every 20 seconds, you choose a fight every 20 seconds. That's kind of how I like the build, and it's stealthy because you can evade and get away, and while you're on the run, be able to pop your make hit and not even have to worry about it, hit corners and not get beamed. That's the cool thing about it. That's what I love about this build. It's super versatile, and the only thing that's similar to the most other DPS builds is the fact that I am running Fox Sprayer knee pads, but I couldn't help but get, like, you get free 30% damage, bro. Like that's like the LMG's damage to target out of cover bonus on top of an AR build. You just can't pass that up. I'm kind of torn in between the two, whether I want to do contractor gloves or I want to do damage out of cover. I was kind of torn between the two, but for me, I think it just felt a lot better having that raw damage all the time, especially because people are healing so much all the time. And the fact that I'm bursting anyways, yes, the multiplicative damage from contractor gloves may be better over time, but I just haven't decided. I don't know, we're going to see. But for me, at the end of the day, I think this is one of my favorite builds in the DZ right now. Things are subject to change. I feel like eventually they're probably going to change the time to kill, and this build's going to be even better when ARs kind of get a little some love. I feel like ARs need a little love. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but you can see I have assault rifle damage, health damage, and additional 10% damage to targets out of cover. So this isn't even tailored into that damage. So pretty much I pretty much have 25% damage to targets out of cover just naturally by rocking, just because I have a god roll AR build. So for me, I don't really need much. I already have the fact that the gun beams by itself, and obviously having Optimus on it gives me extra weapon damage. I'm just pretty much deciding whether or not between the gloves or not, but pretty much most people, you guys probably end up running both, probably give up Intimidate just to have that damage all the time, and be able to kind of get that faster make hit. But for me, I think this is one of the best PvP builds in the game. Not my build in particular, but I'm saying this gear set. I feel like System Corruption has so much potential in so many different ways. You can go extremely tanky like you guys saw with like my Corrupt Agent build, or you can go like this, which is more of a DPS focus, but not all tailored in, because I do have one whole armor slot. I can definitely get 15% more weapon damage, but I'm okay. I think I'm fine. I don't have to go super blitz. I need to be able to get away in certain situations because this is like a rogue build. You need to be able to get around. You need to be able to get out of situations. You gotta have to play really smart. You have to have a pretty much like a high IQ to play this build the right way. So yeah, and as far as skills you go into, I like. All right, so I'm gonna explain why I run this build. So if you play Division 1, you realize one of the best things was healing while shooting, being able to see people with pulse, and being able to have basically quick heals and survivability while being on a beam. This build kind of does that. You don't get healing, but you can kind of get out of a situation really fast, and being able to engage when you want. And that's why I run pulse, because I want to know where my enemies are at all times, so I can kind of play that. Your cooldown is your worst friend, or your worst enemy in this case, so you want to be able to have visuals of everybody that's around you so that you're not caught in a situation where you're pushing or you're getting pushed and you don't have it. You want to be able to kind of play walls and play corners and be able to get away to pretty much abuse the fact that you have infinite amount of these. And in a battle of sustain, eventually they will run out of their med kits and you will be able to push on that final one and kind of finish it off. And then you are able to dust off a lot of people when you have that bonus armor up anyway. So being able to have that in synergy with being able to see people through wall, and obviously having the cheap defender to protect you to give you some extra damage reduction, you cannot go wrong. You don't feel as squishy. In fact, you feel tanky when you have your bonus armor up. Obviously, everybody's squishy anyways because the time it kills like that. But that when you have that bonus armor up, that kind of negates it. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I just want to give you guys a little brief of the build. You're probably gonna see me using it on the next couple of streams when I'm doing PvP. Kind of having fun with it. ARs are fun to use. Got tired of the rifle, got tired of the LMG, kind of wanted to take a step back for the people who wanted to run ARs. This is a really good build to run. So try it out. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, hit me in the comments. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe out here. Drop a like. Hit me with a subscription if you enjoy it. And let me know what you guys to tweak about the build, man. Give me some of your expertise. And how do you run your guys' AR builds? I'm really curious. It's about time that Squad starts showing some of our OP builds. Let's get it. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for stopping by and continuously supporting, man. It's been real. Your boy is out.